So here's the first thing you need to do after arriving in Germany, which is register your address, which is in German called Anmeldung. So what does it mean exactly? Basically, you have to report yourself to the registration office where you live, what your address is. For most cities, as far as I know, maybe some cities you can go directly to the office and then do there, but for most part I think you need to make an online appointment, which is first is really easy. Just go to Google, you can enter this and then plus your city name, for example Köln, then you just go to their official website, upload documents if needed, and then have an appointment. They're gonna send you your termin to your email address, and then you're gonna wait until that day, bring all the documents that they require you personally, and after that they're gonna give you a kind of paper, which is this, and then you're gonna use that paper to, let's say, for renting a house or for renting a place to live, or for many parts for your visa or whatsoever, then you're gonna need that. So that is the first thing, and now we come to the second thing. Okay, now we turn to the second thing, which is bank. As far as I know, most of you guys here probably go in Germany with a blocked account. So the first thing you need to do after arriving in Germany, which is unblock that account, right? And I don't know about you guys, some of you guys do Expressio, some of you guys do Vitabank, but I'm gonna tell you about what I do with Vitabank. I know, for me it's a little bit like mystic, because I already know a lot of warnings about this being way before I do it, but it's a complicated story, so to skip that, basically I chose Vitabank, and first thing you need to do is just, for me, I send an email asking what I need to do, what are the steps, and also go to Facebook and find exactly what documents I need. But most of the time they're gonna send you a link or an email that are also attached with a lot of files, PDF files, and you need to print that out, enter your information, sign all of that, and then send them to a post. And after that, you're gonna receive your card, your PIN, and many things, and then you can unblock yourself. But remember, this is blocked account, okay? You cannot use this blocked account to buy things in the supermarket or transfer money. What you're gonna need is another online banking, which is another account, and you need to open it. Most of the time they're gonna include in the PDF files they send you, whether you want to do it or not. Most of the time gonna do it, right? And after you agree to that, you're gonna have the card which you can use for buying things in the supermarket. For Expressio people, I have you guys do it way much easier. You can like go there, do everything online without sending posts or whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, anyone you guys here wanna know about Expressio is really easy. You can find yourself in Facebook group. I'm gonna tell you later in this video which Facebook group that helped me the most during my whole Germany journey. Okay, so that is for like blocked account. But what about after 1 year in Germany? What you're gonna do? So there is like two ways which you can choose. Either to still putting money into blocked account and then use that as a financial proof for the Ausländerbehörde, or you can switch to, let's say, I know a lot of you guys and probably working during Studienkolleg, starting there, and you have money, or you switch to another kind of financial proof, which is like something called like this, and then you don't need a blocked account, which is also bank anymore. Then you can choose different banks in Germany, and here is the really popular and common banks. Commerzbank and Deutsche Bank. And my advice, just go to the bank in your city. You can search the name on Google Map and then go there, ask their employees there how they do it, and then I'm gonna show you all the ways. But for me, when I do my Deutsche Bank, I'm like a little bit lazy, and then I just like do everything online there, and then I just like print the documents that I needed there and send to the city, which is München. I don't know exactly, can you send it to other city, but I'll send it to the city, their filiale, the branch there. Then they're gonna send you the card, the pin, whatsoever, and then you can start using them there. Okay, or some of you, let's say, want to switch from Bank to Expatriate after 1 year, you can also choose that. Or like I just said, you can also choose different types of financial proof going to your, let's say, parents or relatives that can help you with the financial things. Then you don't need block account anymore. Or you can also prove it depending on the city. Like I said, on the city you're living, then maybe some city also accept your, let's say, proof of income. But I think you need minimum 3 or 6 months. I think 6 months working, and then you have your salary payment, and then yeah, you can show it to the Auslandsbehörde, and then you're fine with the financial proof. That's it. And now we go to the third thing. Okay, so the first thing gonna be your SIM card. You need this in order to call or use your phone. Okay, so the moment I came in Germany, I just go into the supermarket, and then they have a place that they sell all kinds of SIM cards from different companies, different brands you can choose from. For me, I choose Connect. It does have no reason for it except that my family uses it, so I use it. But a lot of my friends, they also use different brands, and they also say it's good. So just depends you guys what kind of brand you want to use it. For Lidl is a little bit like to me it's complicated, because the moment you have the SIM, you have to go home and do some kind of verification through a video call. More details you can search it, but you cannot use the SIM immediately. Okay, you cannot, and then you have to do some kind of like I said, verify yourself using your Ausweis, and then there is like employee to screen. They're gonna like ask you a lot of questions, checking with your passport or your Ausweis depending. And then after that, your SIM card will be activated and you can use that. Also, you can let's say put money in your SIM card either online or go to Lidl and buy the small, let's say, card, to charge the money in it. Depends on you, but for me, I just do it online. It's much easier and faster. Every month they just take money out of my bank, and then they put it directly into my SIM. Anyway, so that is the third thing. Now we come to the fourth thing. So the fourth thing gonna be public transport. For lots of people, I know that they don't know how to use public transport here in Germany. It's not like you just get in any vehicle you want, okay? Because I know some people in Vietnam, they just basically never use public transport. Yeah, most of us like use motorbikes and your own personal transport. So there's like really not really like good knowledge about how to exactly use it. Basically in Germany, you're gonna have this app which is called DB, and with this app you can just check. Let's say you are in this city A and you want to go into this city B. Then you need to know what kind of transportations you need to take. For example, from this city A to this city B, you need one train and minibus. Okay, and you can just search. Okay, so which train that I can take from this time to this time, or which kind of bus, or where can I take the bus. It's all there. And also you need to as this is my advice, okay, you should also use it with Google Map also, so you can know where to find the train and the bus. The first time here in Germany, I didn't know this, and I was like lost many times. I was lost many times. So yes, better just be careful, read everything carefully on DB app and Google Map to find exactly which train or which bus or which tram. I mean, tram is like it look like this, that you need to take, because yes, you can mix things up and then you go into, let's say, wrong platform or wrong train, because sometimes there is many trains as let's say look familiar and you don't read the name of the train carefully. Usually the train you have like the name, or let's say the location they're gonna come, the last location they're gonna come, and you should look at it, or the number of the train or the bus. Okay, so the fifth thing gonna be parcel delivery in Germany. I know that some of you guys already know there is like a few common famous delivery companies in Germany, which is DHL, GLS, DPD, and Hermes. These are four very famous delivery companies, brands in Germany that most people use when they want to deliver any goods. for most of the part, I love to use let's say DHL because they are fast. Also maybe GLS and Hemis because they cheap, and also DPD, I guess. I don't really know like the clear differences, but I think it's like where I go is the most easily to find in DHL because they have very like big buildings and you're just like on the street and you can find them. But for GLS and Hemis is a little bit hard, or also DPD is like a bit harder to find them because usually they are in like, let's say, shopping mall, or like they are like cooperate in be in the same place with each other, but they have a really like specific and separate building, or or their branch. So but of course there is more expensive. Next, which is the sixth thing, is radio fee. I know it sounds funny, but yes, in Germany you have to pay a radio fee, which is let's say you watch television and you need to pay for it. Even though you don't watch it, you still have to pay for it. It's just a rule here, okay? You can also call it like this and also like this in German. So what exactly you need to do? You have to go to their official website, which is a website, and then you just do whatever they ask there to register yourself in an apartment, in a house, or in a WG. I know for most of you guys here, especially future student in Germany, you guys probably gonna live in a WG, which is a shared apartment. Sounds so fancy. Also, you're gonna live in your place that university give it out, depending, but you also have to pay that. Which is good because you don't have to pay it all for yourself. Instead, you can share it with your, let's say, dorm mates, okay? And of course, for the fee is around 50 euros. I mean, it's not really 50 euros for every, let's say, 3 months. Let's say you have 2 or 3 dorm mates, so like approximately you're gonna share about like this every 3 months. So it's not really like that big money if you like live in a shared apartment, but it's kind of really big if you like live alone, or have own house and you don't watch any television. Of course, this radio fee, they gonna just take the money for only, let's say, one WG or one apartment, okay? So if you like living with other people, you can also share the money with them, and they most of the time they're gonna like take money from every 3 months, around 50 euros. So you can just calculate yourself 1 month for the whole WG how many, and then yes, for each person how many. And yes, each person have a beitrags number. So when you move to another city, besides register yourself in a new city, you also need to do something with the radio thing. Like I told you guys before, you need to go to the website and then register yourself out from the old place, and then register yourself to a new place. Of course, because if you live, let's say, in a WG with someone, and that's any person in your WG already like represent the WG to pay the fee, then you just need to take their numbers and then put their to the website. Of course, you still have your own numbers, but there's different like categories that you can go there if anyone that already pay the fee for you. But in case that, let's say, you other person that represent the whole WG, then you have to pay it. You have to pay for the fee. Then there is different steps that you can go to the website and do it, or you simply sometimes once in a while, or most of the times, you can also receive the letters from the Rundfunkbeitrag. They're gonna send you like a letter to your house that you can just like enter the information in the application form and then send it to post to them. But me personally, I like to do online better. So yeah, it's because like they have to fill in the forms. There's a lot of thing, and you go into the post and then send it. So yes, just do online. Okay, that's how it is. Now we go to the next thing. Okay, 7th thing is supermarkets. And the reason is that yes, in Germany they have so many supermarkets. It's not like in small countries like Vietnam or let's say Thailand, or I don't know, any other countries that sell food on street vendors, or India, who knows, but in Germany they don't do not do like that. Everything is sells in a supermarkets or markets, and they have many names. For example, here we have Lily, and we also have Netto. We have Raby, that is for food, and also Lily also sell other things, like let's say toothpaste or detergents or small little like kitchen thing, but most of the time these three things they sell food. And also you have Kaufland and maybe other things that I don't know, tell me if you know. And then we have Grossman, which is selling things most of the time. For me, I go there, I buy makeups and like products like shampoos or let's say other things that you cannot eat. Okay, so the next thing gonna be DM. I think DM and Grossman is not that much of a difference, but as far as I know, DM is more like a drugstore, and they sell also like makeups and other thing also. And one thing I like about DM is that you can go and take picture for your visa there, which is called, this is like bio picture and something like that. It's really needed because in Germany they don't accept like small picture that you already have like this. Instead they need this type of thing here. This have a QR code there, so DM is a great place for you to take those pictures. Okay, and for the clothing store, I mean, we are women, and we have New Yorker, Zara, H&M, and other stores which I don't think of yet. You can tell me in the comment below. But yes, they, to me, according to Student, they are very cheap, especially New Yorker. They have a very, like, let's say, teenage clothes, with a very reasonable price. For Zara and H&M, it's maybe a little bit higher, but I think I'm gonna rank it, let's say, a middle kind of price range. It's not that expensive, but like it's more expensive than New Yorker and stuff. So yes, that is for clothing. Now we come to the next thing. Okay, now it's the eighth thing. This is like a very like let's say chaos of things that I know. Firstly, like I said, if you want to take pictures, you're gonna go to DM, and then if you want to photocopy things, most of the time I do it in the photocopy section of my school. Either in preparatory college or in university, they always have a building or like a small rooms that you can photocopy your things there with a very cheap price. And for scanning thing, most of the time is free. Of course, you only use this when you're students. And also you have other part that you can like print your documents. You can search it on Google Map, but of course it's much more expensive. And I know a lot of people here in Germany, they just buy the printer and then they print it in the house. Okay, and then I'm gonna talk about the Mensa, which is the cafeteria. Yeah, I would like to call it that. It's not really cafeteria because they have another type of part for that, but Mensa is basically a canteen. It's like your school place that you can eat with a very cheap price, especially when you're a student. Of course, you need to have a student card in order to eat there. So I think for most of the people here, we are students, and I don't think you guys already have a house or something. That's why probably you're gonna live in something like this, VK, or you can understand it's like shared apartment, which is you can share the apartment with many people, sometimes 2, 3, 5, or to 8 people or more, depending. And you don't have to like live with, let's say your friends from your own school. Sometimes it's like people from all over Germany. The second thing is Studentenwohnheim, and it also like a VK, but the only difference is all the people there are also students from your own university or your own Studienkolleg. And the third thing probably gonna be Einzimmerwohnung, which is studio apartment or one-room apartment. And so what's different is that according to, so for VK you have to share the kitchen and the bathroom with the people living in the apartment, but you will have your own room, which is like my room here, you see. But for the studio apartment and one room apartment, everything is already in the room. You have your own bathroom and maybe your own kitchen, but sometimes, most of the time, you have your own bathroom in your room. And once in a while you can just like go to the, let's say, corridor outside, then you still can meet your dorm mates there, let's say that. It's depending, but yes, it's more expensive than a normal VK. Or one studio apartment usually like 2 times more expensive, let's say 700 or 600 euros per month. But to VK is really cheap. Sometimes depending on city you're living also, sometimes it's around 250, 300, 400, or even 500, but it's really much cheaper than a studio apartment, and of course much cheaper than the whole house, right? So that is all for the types of living, especially for students like us. Okay, so that is the 8th thing. Okay, now is the 9th thing. Oh yeah, almost come to the last part. It's really dark already, as you can see. The 9th thing is the apps that you should know and should use. The apps are gonna be very useful for you in the future, especially when you're in Germany. The first app I probably gonna say is DB app. Yeah, I already told you about this app before. That is for checking your trains, bus, tram journey. And the second app I'm gonna say is DHL app. Like I said again, is an app that you can check your parcel. Of course, only for this delivery company. Okay, for other companies you can find yourself, but I don't really use other company because they don't, let's say, require that much effort, so I don't know if they have or not. The next thing is Reve or Lidio app. Okay, that is like very must have apps. Okay, they very like useful, especially let's say you want to have some discounts or coupons. Okay, and then you can be notified about like what kind of food, or is there any like food that is like almost, you know, get ruined. Not really get ruined, it sounds really weird, but like they sell get sold at a very cheap price and you can go there. And also, it's more important thing is when you use let's say Lily app, and you can accumulate the points. Yeah, and then you get let's say sales or discount later when you pay it by your e-card. Okay, and this is also a specific way when I go to Lily and what I buy as well as using there in Lily. I mean, it's like very common, you know. But Reve, what is different is that Reve is like more expensive, but of course the food there is also more, let's say, high quality, and also like, let's say, diverse. Okay, there's a lot of food that Zeta doesn't have, and Reve have all of it. And most of the time, if I want to, let's say, make cakes or like want to eat more different types of chips, chocolates, candies, whatsoever, I just go to Reve. But for normal grocery like buying meat or vegetable, I just prefer to Lidl because it's cheap and it's also still tastes good. Only one thing I don't really recommend is Netto, because I don't know about you guys, but it's okay for, let's say, poor people. I used to be those people, but like Netto, sometimes they give me really like ruined meat, or I just was like unlucky at time. Yeah, anyway, that's the apps. And then this a very amazing app for second-hand thing in Germany, which is also famous, is Vinted. This app you can sell your old stuff that you don't no longer want it anymore, or can buy the old stuff from other people. Sometimes a lot of people, they sell the stuff that like really brand new, you know, or they, let's say, it look very new there with a very cheap price. Sometimes it's just like half the original or 1/5 of original price, which is really good. You can try it out. And also there's this app, which is, I think most of you guys know right now, which is WG gesucht. It's really very important for all students like us here. If you want to find a place to stay in Germany, I would like to list a renting fee for different types of apartment or different types of house accommodation for you guys, but I think gonna be very too long, so I just give you an app here. You can search by yourself, because each cities have different renting price, and then they have different, let's say, also, yes, people, also different looking places, yeah, different, like, I mean, sometimes they have like VGs that look so good and they have a lot of things, but very cheap price. But some cities, some places, it's the opposite, very expensive. It doesn't have much thing you can just find here. They have a lot of filters that you can just search and like do some quite quick research there, to, you know, prepare your mind first before you come to Germany. Or if anyone you guys here right in Germany, you can find out yourself. But normally I would recommend that just because we are still like student and we're poor, okay, so better to just find the VG, and that is around 300 to 400 euros per month, okay, because you also have to pay other fees for your shopping or for school, whatever. I mean, school is like free, but like every semester you have to pay a semester by track. So yeah, Anyway, the next app that I recommend you guys is probably Kleinanzeigen. I think most of you guys already know that because it's a bit famous for especially people who want to buy secondhand things or cheap, let's say, furniture, you know. And you can use this app. Me personally, I haven't used it because I already have my Vinted. And also there is an app I think you guys maybe want to know is Temu. This app also you can buy furniture and anything you want. So yeah, that is the apps you can buy furniture for, let's say, your new room. Okay, and there's a interesting part about Germany is that especially near schools or student colleges, there are part that let's say previous students, they put the stuff that they need there and you can go there and take it. It's free and sometimes it's like very newly good, you know, and it's, yeah, it's really good, it's free, you know. And then some once in a while, I know a lot of my friends, they just like walk on the street and then they see a lot of furniture or things that people they don't need anymore and they just put it there and then you can collect it. But I've never did it and I don't know if I ever see any of those things. Yes. Okay, so last but not least, you can also have this app. This app is like for, let's say, you want to buy discounts foods at a good price. My friends use it and they have a good feedback. Me personally, I haven't used it, but maybe I'll try in the future. And this last but not least is an app that you can go and check a lot of electronics or, you know, let's say computers, laptops or phones that is sold at a very cheap price, but I think they secondhand also, and you can also sell your things there. Okay, so that is the ninth thing. Now we come to a 10th thing, which is, let's say, the differences between Studienkolleg and university and what you need to do when you finish Studienkolleg in order to get in university. It's gonna be really quick. Basically, after you finish your Studienkolleg, you need to extend a visa, and I think I already explained it pretty thoroughly in the previous part of this video, and go check yourself. But you need to extend a visa, and you need to do financial proof. And next, you also need to change your place of residence, which means, let's say you move to this city to another city. Okay, then first you need to de-register yourself out of the city, and then you register yourself in this city, or you can just register yourself in this new city, so you automatically de-register yourself in this city. What you need to do about this is also do it with this authority. Okay, you need to do it with this authority. Okay, so that is all for today's video. I hope you guys like it, and if you guys have any kinds of questions, just simply comment below or simply text me on my Instagram. Hope this video gonna help you guys in any kinds of ways, and thanks for watching. Bye.